Okay, Dean, I'm going to show you what your plates are going to look like. So I'm centering the clay right now, so I'm coning up. And then I got to bring it back down. This is about 4 pounds of clay. And we're going to bring it up again. This helps to get air bubbles out of the clay that might be hiding. And then we're going to bring it down. Now we got to center it. Lean in. Get it so it doesn't move. And there we are. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to flatten it down because we're making a plate, not a bowl. I'm using the heel of my hand. And pull it out to the edge. Have to be done all in one move. I have enough water. Now I have to compress the bottom. If you don't, you're going to get S-cracks in the plate. And that's one thing we don't want. Going to make sure that I have the right amount of depth, which I do, so I can trim a foot, close up that hole, condense the bottom a little bit more, take a metal rib and condense the bottom a little more. Raise these sides up. So I'm going to slow the wheel down. I'm going to press my finger. I don't know if you can see it or not, but I'm pressing my thumb underneath the rim. And that's going to bring the plate up, the rim up. Just like that. Chamois. I'm going to smooth that lip. Take a little metal rib. Clean it off. I'm going to measure it. Got it perfect. Good. So I'll clean up the edges. And when these dry, they'll all be trimmed on the bottom. And they have to dry slowly so they don't crack. And then they're going to be bisque fired. And after they're bisque fired, I will decorate them. And then I'll put them into a glaze fire. dokey. That's it. Okay, so now I've got one of your plates turned over and I'm going to trim a foot for them. So the first thing I'm going to do is get it centered a little bit, but I'm not worried about centering it too much right now because I just want to take off some of this excess clay on the edge. See how it's just peeling off like that? Like that's the perfect dryness. Just what we like. Alright, so now I want to really make sure it's centered. And the way you do that is you just hold your finger where it doesn't touch the clay. This is very good. Alright, I don't need to do anymore. So I'm going to take a little bit of clay and I'm going to stick it in 3 spots here to hold this plate down. Alright, now that it's secured, I know from the past ones, the other 2 that I've done is, I'm looking for my needle tool, here it is. I want an 8 3/4 inch foot ring. So I've got my ruler here, and 8 1/4 is here. So make a little mark. And okay, so that's where the outside of my foot ring is going to be. So now I'm going to take my tool and start coming in here. Of the plate. Get rid of all that excess clay that we don't need. Okay. I'm going to go into the center. And I'm going to move on out. Very pretty looking foot.